Today I'm doing a little Q&A video. I'm gonna get ready and basically just chat to you guys about my life for the last couple of weeks because it's been a hectic few weeks. So I literally put on my story questions about anything to do with the tour, about traveling, about Australia in general, just anything. How long were you there for? Who are you staying with? How do you know them? Any regrets? There is a few regrets. How many spiders did you come across? How did you save up for it? So did you go with an organisation? So how much did the whole thing cost? Someone said, how did you overcome homesickness? Someone said, would you consider living in Australia? I'm gonna give you one word answer, 100%. Hi girlfriends, welcome back to my channel. It feels like a long time since I've sat and spoke to a camera that hasn't been on the move. So today I'm doing a little Q&A video. I'm gonna get ready and basically just chat to you guys about my life for the last couple of weeks because it's been a hectic few weeks, as you've probably seen if you follow me on Instagram and TikTok and stuff. So basically I have actually been traveling Australia, the east coast of Australia, and if you've been around for a long time, you'll know this is something I've been thinking about doing for so long, and I bit the bullet. Did you say bit the bullet? I bit the bullet. I bit the bullet and I basically took myself on my own, booked a flight and went to Australia and did a tour. And basically I had a lot of questions in my DMs about just advice and stuff, and I was like, you know what? I want to be that person that helps other people. I always obviously want to give you guys advice, and I feel like the best way to do it in a collective way and the easiest way to do it is to just come on here and talk about it. So I literally put on my story questions about anything to do with the tour, about traveling, about Australia in general, just anything. So I'm going to sit here today, get ready and chat to you. I am currently in, this is a whirlwind of a video already. I'm currently in Dubai. I basically had a stopover in Dubai, and then I have the itch for traveling at the minute, and the last thing I wanted to do yesterday was go back to England. So I was like, do you know what? I'm missing my last flight and I'm getting off at Dubai. Got off at Dubai, made sure my case was going to get off with me at Dubai. Didn't think it was going to get off with me at Dubai, to be honest. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I was shocked that it was actually here because I was expecting it to go back home. And my mum has actually met me here. So it's a blooming great week. I'm staying here for a week and then I'm going back home. So as you're watching this, I think it's the Monday. So I'm basically going to be uploading the vlogs of Australia every Friday, because Friday is obviously my normal upload. But just to mix it up a little bit and keep it different, not just same old sort of thing, although every vlog is very different. I'm doing Monday's videos as well for a little bit, so you're getting treated. You're getting 2 videos a week basically. Okay, without further ado, let's get into the questions, see what you guys have wanted to ask. So I'm going to use this moisturiser, which is by Superdrug. Moisturiser is by Superdrug, and I actually had a bit of an eyeshadow spillage, so that's why it's a bit dirty. This is the Moisturising Light Day Cream. It's got vitamin C in it, which is so good for your skin. So I've actually already done my hair, so I'm just gonna put these little bits back. Questions about Australia. So I'm gonna answer general questions as well, but I did a question box on my Instagram last week, and a lot of the questions, well, I'd say 95% was about Australia, so here we go. How long were you there for? So I did it was a 21-day tour. I left a few days before because it takes a long time to get there, and I stayed on my own for a few nights. So I was there altogether about 3.5 weeks, I want to say. Yeah, quite a long time, but not super long. They do have options for loads of different weeks, amount of weeks. 3 weeks is actually the lowest they do. I basically just wanted to do 3 weeks just because I liked the look of it. I liked everything they were doing. I was just like, I just want to do the 3-week one. And also, it's a long time to, 1, be away from your family, and 2, be with strangers. So if I've really hated everybody I was with, I was like, I don't want to be with them for 6 weeks. That would just be not great. So I did the 3-week one. And to be honest, if I could have chosen, I would have stayed a lot longer. I loved everything about the tour and the people, and it was brilliant. And Australia in general, I would have loved to have stayed longer, but things might be happening, so we're just gonna wait and see what happens. I actually went to Sephora yesterday. I did a little bit of a naughty shop. This cost me 40 English pounds, which is a lot of money, but I'm running out of foundation, so I got this Glowish by Huda Beauty, and I've never seen it before. I think it's new. I got it in Fair Light, the shade Fair Light. I think I might have got the wrong colour, I'm not gonna lie. No, it's not the wrong colour, thank God for that. So I'm just gonna pop some of this on all over my face. We're not doing too much tonight, but I just wanna put some makeup on because I'm leaving the hotel and why not. The next question was what was your favourite thing you did? So I did a lot of amazing things, but I think probably my top thing that I did, it's really hard to whittle it down to one, but the skydive was definitely up there. And then I'll go into like locations later, but I think the best experience I did was definitely the skydive. It was just something like I've always wanted to do, but like I didn't have the guts to do it. And I basically got peer pressured into it. I'll just say the skydive was the best experience, I would say. And like meeting like koala bears and kangaroos. I think they were definitely on par with each other. Do you want to go back already? I do. What's your favourite day there? This is a hard question. I feel like every day was very different, as you'll see in the vlogs. I don't really know what my favourite day was. I think my favourite day would have been the first day on the boat. That was absolutely incredible. We'd been there for quite a while by that point, like everyone was quite close, but also there was a lot of us sharing one room. It's just a different experience, and I would say being on the boat was one of my favourite days. The first day especially. Who are you staying with? How do you know them? So the tour is called Ultimate. Basically, you pay them and they have this whole schedule that you just join onto, and there is like 20 spaces, I think like 20 to 25 spaces. You can book in a duo, in a trio, on your own, whatever. And everyone does the same thing on that tour. So I basically found the like routine, is that the word? Like the schedule for the trip. And then I was like, that's it, I'm gonna book it. And then I booked it all by myself. So technically I was staying with random people that I've never met before. Didn't know anybody apart from I'd met one girl once before, only due to us being on the same floor. That's the only reason we met up. But yeah, so I didn't know anybody I was staying with. I was staying in hostels, so I wasn't staying with like at anyone's house or anything. It was literally hostels with random people. So yeah, very out of my comfort zone, but it was fun. Any regrets? There is a few regrets. I was talking to my mum about this today. There's a few regrets that I have. One of the nights on the boat, the second night, me and somebody else were really debating sleeping on the actual top of the boat rather than below the deck, whatever it's called. And we were really debating it, and then we were both like, nah, it's gonna get sunny really quickly. But biggest regret is not doing that, because it would have been such a pretty sunrise. What was my other regret I said to Mum? There was one other thing that I regret. I can't remember what it was. It's such a small regret, like I'm not like crying about it, but it would have been such an amazing experience to like wake up in the Whitsundays on the boat with the sunrise, and like just amazing. Is it hot out there? So I started in Sydney and it was like not really hot, but it was like okay. And then as you go up, it gets hotter technically. So Cairns, where I ended up, was so hot. It was like 31, 32, 33. Really humid, like the nights were really humid there, which was not very nice, I can't lie. Like I struggled with the nights, but yeah. So I used Too Faced concealer, by the way. For contour, I'm gonna use Off Duty Contour Stick by Mecca, which is, oh, I've not blended that bit, which is a makeup, it's like a Sephora but Australian version. I'm not sure if they have it in America, but yeah. Okay, let's answer the next question. How many spiders did you come across? So do you know what? You'll be surprised to hear this. I genuinely saw like, I think like 2 spiders maybe. It really wasn't as much as like I thought I was gonna see. Okay, maybe a bit more than 2. I don't actually know. I'd say like, I don't even know. I'd say like maximum like 4 spiders. The only time I saw the spiders was when I was camping. I didn't see any spiders in the hotels. I didn't see any spiders walking around the streets. Like when people talk about Australia, they're like, be careful with the spiders. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be walking down the street, it's gonna be tarantulas running everywhere. Like it just isn't, it isn't like that. The one reason you're not going to Australia is because of the snakes and the spiders. You're literally safe, don't worry, like, don't worry. I didn't see any snakes and I saw 4 spiders, but I was camping, so I feel like you're more likely to see animals like that if you are in the middle of nowhere camping. So yeah, pretty much none apart from those. Next question. How did you save up for it? So I feel like I've said this in videos before, but I am a saver. I've always been a saver. Since I can remember, I've saved my money. I've worked pretty much I've had like 5 incomes for the last year, so that's really helped. I've worked literally since I turned 16, I had a job. So I've always had savings and I always knew I was gonna do this at some point. So I've literally saved to go to Australia since I was 16 basically. But I'm just good at saving. I would rather have memories like Australia and traveling like that than spending it on a car or spending it I don't know, just like on clothes. Like I'm just someone that would rather spend on experiences and things like that. So that's how I've saved. I just would say, if you want to do it, every time you get paid, put a little bit of percentage into, Monzo's really good because you can make like different, I don't know what they're called, like tabs. Put in like £100 into your Monzo of your little saving for Australia or for whatever you're saving for. And I feel like that would be, basically I'm just a big saver, and I don't like to spend money, so it's rare for me to actually spend money. So when I like got my boobs done as well, I feel like that was a big thing, because I was like, I'm literally spending loads of money on this, and like, I'm a saver, I do not spend. So yeah, I don't know, sometimes you just gotta have a little bit of spend spree, and I feel like this last few months has been my spend spree, and I need to now stop and save up again. Would you go there again if you could? I would start the tour again right now. If I could go back, I would do it all again. Like, I literally loved it, and I loved Australia, and it's the best thing I've ever done. So 100% I would do it. I would go and do it again. And I'd go back to Australia 100% too. There's some places in Australia, don't get me wrong, that I went to and I wouldn't particularly be like desperate to go and see again. But yeah, there's definitely places out there that I could defo go back to right now. And I would die to go back there right now. I'm using the NARS contour kit. Some are unrated. Some said, are you gonna vlog? So as I said before, there will be loads of vlogs up. There will be one up already as you're watching this. That'll be the first one. And I think there's either 4 or 5 vlogs, so they'll be coming out over the weeks. I don't wanna post them too close together because I don't wanna like overwhelm people, but I will definitely be posting vlogs, so stay tuned. Did you prefer skydiving or snorkeling the Great Barrier Reef? Skydiving for sure. I feel like I've snorkeled before and like seen the fish before. So like, obviously it's an amazing experience, but the skydive was just definitely better in my opinion. So did you go with an organisation? So I did. So I went with Ultimate Travel. I will link them in the description of this video so you guys can go check them out. But they did everything for me. They planned everything for me, planned the travel for me. The only thing I had to do was book my flights, and they did the rest for me technically. The hostels, they planned the trips, they get you discount on like experiences. So I really recommend doing a group travel, especially if you're a solo traveler and you don't want to go on your own, which was me. None of my friends like could financially afford it, or have uni, or got boyfriends, or this, that. Like, there's so many reasons why people couldn't go. And I was like, I don't really want to go on my own. And then I was like, I saw this tour and I was like, I'm gonna do it. There's loads of different tours as well, but I picked Ultimate just because I preferred the itinerary. And yeah, I really recommend doing it if you're on your own. How much did the whole thing cost? So my flights were £1,270. I booked flexi flights, but just do not do that because it is a waste of money. If I have one bit of advice, don't book through booking.com. I'm just gonna say that. The tour cost me £1,700, so altogether it was like £3,000 to get there and do the tour. And then there was add-ons, so like the skydive wasn't included, so you have to pay for that. There's a few things that aren't included that you can do, but I didn't really do many apart from, I did 2 I think of those, as you'll see in like the vlogs and stuff. But yeah, best money I've ever spent, so really recommend doing that. Someone said, why did you move? I haven't moved to Australia. A lot of people thought I moved, but I haven't moved to Australia, guys. I'm still living in England currently. I would love to move there. I'm going to answer some general questions now, just because I don't want this all to be about Australia, but I'm going to answer some more Australian ones at the end, so stay tuned if you want to know anything else. Any other trips you want to do, someone said. I would love to do like, I would never really wanted to, I never really wanted to go like traveling. I just wanted to do Australia my whole life basically. That's the only place I've ever really been interested in going. I'd love to travel Bali. Maybe like Thailand. I don't really have the urge to do Thailand. I would do it if the opportunity arose and somebody wanted to do it, I'd do it. But yeah, I definitely want to do Bali. Australia was my number 1, but Bali has always been something I'd love to do. How's your mental health, someone said? Do you know what? My mental health has been probably the best it's been in like, I don't even know. My mental health has been the best this last few weeks out of any time this year for sure. So I literally feel really good. I'm really happy. But I said to my mum yesterday, you know when you're in a moment and you know you're in like such a high, and you're like, this is one of the best moments ever, and then you literally think to yourself like, I'm gonna really hit a low point when I get back to England. I literally am so worried about that because I've been on such a high, but like going back to England and like, don't know, just like going back to normal life, I feel like it's gonna just be like such a like drop. I don't know, it's kind of scaring me, but I'm sure I'll be fine. Like, I'm obviously so grateful for my life and I have nothing to really be that worried about, so thank God for that. But yeah, I just was in the moment, I was like, I'm really gonna miss this, like when I'm not here anymore, and then it kind of put a down on the moment. But I don't know, it's a weird one. I don't know why I think like that, but I was just like I'm stressed that I'm gonna hate life when I go back home. What else have you got coming up event trip wise? I'm planning a trip with my sister. I think we're gonna do Paris in December, so I'm really excited for that. That'll be with Am. I think we're gonna do Paris as my birthday present, I'm pretty sure, because we were gonna do Milan, but we never really got around to doing it, but we really both want to go to Paris. I think Emily's gonna treat me to Paris, my birthday present, which will be nice. Event wise, I don't really have any events planned because I haven't been at home, haven't really been in the world of work. Like, obviously going to events isn't work, but it's through my management, and obviously I haven't been at home, so I haven't really been dealing with anything like that. So yeah, I don't have any events planned currently, but I'm sure I'll be doing something soon. There's always events that come up, which I'm so grateful for, obviously. I'm gonna use the Barry lip liner in the shade Toast. I use the Huda Beauty powder, by the way. I'm gonna use the Florence by Mills lip gloss just to clear that up. I can't be bothered to do my brows, so I'm just gonna use some clear brow gel because we're only going to watch we're gonna get a McDonald's, I think, and watch the waterfall. What's it called? Fountains. And I'm gonna do some eyeliner with Urban Decay 24/7 Glide on Pencil, which is the best thing in the world, shade Whiskey. New eyeliner for Christmas. Look no further, I get this one. It's so easy to use, and I don't even know how to do eyeliner. Look at that, done. It's quite dark, isn't it? I'm put my flash on. I've got my flash on so you can actually see me. And I'm just gonna do this bit here. I'm gonna curl my lashes and do some mascara. Sorry, it's got really dark. I feel like, I don't know if this whole video has been really dark, but someone said, how did you overcome homesickness? And honestly, I didn't get homesick once. You are constantly doing stuff. You're constantly with people. You're constantly busy. You don't even have time to think about like home. So I didn't feel homesick once, which I was really happy about. Obviously for people it might be different, but personally for me, I got on so well with everybody in my group. If I had any bad days, they would pick me right back up. Because every few days someone would have like a little bit of a wobble, because it's normal when you're constantly like busy and like sometimes you just have bad days, you know, but we'd all like lift each other back up. Like, it was a really good support system. So I literally didn't get homesick, so I can't really help with that, but sometimes you just gotta push through. And like a lot of people said before I go, they were like, I was like, I'm scared I'm gonna be homesick. They're like, honestly, life doesn't change at home. Like, just go and you'll come back and everything will just be the same. Like, because you're only going away for like, it's not that long in the grand scheme of your life, you know? So I feel like that was quite good advice. So if I can give anybody advice, that would be it. I'm using the Rimmel mascara, Frill Peacock mascara. BT dubs, if anyone was wondering. Okay, let's do another question. Someone said, would you consider living in Australia? I'm gonna give you one word answer, 100%. If my family would pick up their life and move with me, I would go right now. Like, I wouldn't even debate it, but I would debate going there for sure. I would love to live there basically, but I don't know, because you know, it's tricky to decide that, but yeah. Okay, the last question I'm gonna answer is, did I feel unsafe? And while I'm doing this, I'm gonna put Living Proof Vanishing Oil in my hair, and I'm gonna use the Baby Tamer from Hairburst to sleek my hair back. Did I feel unsafe? It said specifically because I was traveling alone. I didn't know anyone. I didn't feel unsafe at all. If you watch the first vlog, I had a bit of a moment at the first hotel, and that was a bit scary because it was my first night there and I was on my own, and I was pretty scared after that experience. Go watch the vlog if you haven't seen it, because it will explain what I'm talking about. But honestly, no, I didn't feel unsafe at any point apart from that first night. But especially, I think because I had people around me constantly and I was sharing rooms with like 6. The minimum I was sharing with was like 3 people, and then the maximum I was sharing with was 7 other people, to 8 altogether. So I didn't feel like scared at all, no. Obviously it's unsafe traveling alone, it can be unsafe, so you got to keep your wits about you, but we was always in groups, there was always somebody with me. I was often with like at least one other boy, which makes me feel a bit safer. Annoyingly, because that's just how the world is. If I have one tip for anybody that's thinking of doing traveling, it's book it, go, and you'll have the best time of your life. Just be careful, keep your wits about you, and life's too short to just not take the opportunity. So that's it. But yeah, if you're thinking of booking to go to Australia and do the East Coast, really recommend Ultimate, and I think they might do other countries too, but Ultimate was amazing. They gave me the best 3 weeks of my life, so I have them to thank for all my good memories and for all the good friends that I've made. And I've literally made, like, genuinely I've made friends for life, so shout out to any of those if they're watching this. People on that trip were just honestly amazing, and I can't be more grateful for my experience. Right, I'm gonna head off and end this video here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little Q&A. I thought I'd put this up like early on because I don't want you to watch all the vlogs and then have this. I thought I'd rather give this to you after the first vlog because I know people have got a lot of questions and it's current. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe, and if you have any more questions that I haven't answered or covered, or you didn't see my question box on Instagram, literally just comment it down below and I will reply to some. If you have any questions, I'll try to reply to as many as I can. So yeah. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Vlog number 1 is out, as I said, so I'll link it down below. And vlog number 2 will be out Friday, and then more videos Monday, different videos as well. So love you, bye.